Happy Tuesday and welcome along to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show. So, you know the story by now. We were on the radio together for a year. We got the sack. So we flew off to Mallorca for a few days, drank lots of pale rosé and limoncello, and that is where the idea for this podcast was born.
We are sponsored by Red Brick Estate Agents, East Midlands Airport, and Prince Family Law Solicitors. Ian, mate, when this is going out, I'll be in the sky.
Yeah. Do you remember when we talked about this? When you were going to America, when you go to Disney?
Yeah.
Because we recorded a few up whilst you were going, you were like, oh my goodness, and you were a bit nervous when you were flying over the sea. You were like, I'll either be in the air or at the bottom of the ocean when this is going out. Thank goodness you weren't in the bottom of the ocean.
Well, I'll tell you what, when we had Neil over on Saturday night, obviously he's cabin crew for Jet 2.
Yeah.
And can I say that? Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah, we can always beep it out.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's beep it out.
We like a beep, don't
I know,
we?
we like a beep. Make a note of the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, hang on. Oh. Anyway, he was saying at the moment, mate, a lot of COVID going around at the moment. So,
I know a lot of people with it.
Yeah, well, my mum said at Gatwick Airport, there was like, they had to shut part of the airport because so many people called in sick.
Oh, really? Because of COVID?
Yeah, lots of people got it.
I tell you, are we also allowed to say what Neil said about bodies?
No.
We're not?
No.
We can.
No.
Really?
No.
I think it's fascinating.
No, I don't think so.
Well, we basically asked him what happens when someone dies on a plane. We wanted to know, has he ever been on a plane when someone died? He has, too. But I won't say what they do with them. Mate, it's fascinating.
I don't know what you thought. Well, I know what you thought they did with them, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, well, they don't do that, do they?
You're like, where do they? No, stop it. No, we're not talking. This is really morbid. I'm on a plane as we speak.
I know, sorry. I thought that they put the bodies in the toilet. That's what I thought, but they don't. Okay, guys, they don't.
Wouldn't flush them away.
Not just put them in there and store them till they get back. That is what I thought. I thought they'd just lock the door and go, this one's out of order. We've got a body in there.
Great.
But apparently they don't do that.
No, they don't, no.
Why aren't we allowed to say what they do? I
don't know, because I don't know.
But it is fascinating, isn't it? Like, what do you do with a dead body on a plane?
Not, I'm sure it happens, but...
I bet it happens a lot.
You're going to panic, man. I'm on a plane. I'm going to be thinking about it as we're talking about this tomorrow.
Well, if you see someone with a blanket over their head on their seat, you're going to be like, oh, there's a dead body.
Actually, do you know what? I'm not, I had an aborted landing last time I flew, so that was scary enough.
Yeah, you'll be all right this time.
I might have landed actually early flight, mate. I'd have been up. If you're waking, hang on. So it's Tuesday. If you're listening to this at 9 a.m, just know I've been awake since 2:30 a.m.
Are you getting up at 2:30?
Our flight's at 5:30.
Mind you don't mind though, do you? When you're going on a holiday, that's the only time it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Mate, I do remember this one time, right? You just reminded me. And obviously yesterday on the pod, I was talking about being sick, wasn't I? After drinking. Yeah. So this wasn't actually from drinking. I had some sort of bug, I think, but I was determined to go on holiday. So I stayed at the airport the night before. Got up and it must have been like a bit of food poisoning or something. I felt so rough. So I'd been sick through the night. So I'd hardly slept, had a really early flight to get up for. I thought, I am getting on that plane if it kills me. So literally stumbled to the airport. And as we were going to the gate, I could feel the sick coming. Yeah. And it was about 6, 7 in the morning. And I had to run to a bin and people were going past me to the gate and I had to be sick in front of everyone in this bin at the airport. It was bad. But then I felt fine. Got onto the plane, got one of those little Mediterranean boxes and I was fine.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, well, within 4 minutes, we've covered dead bodies and you being sick. So welcome to the pod, everyone. On a lighter note, I've got a little hack.
Oh, go on. I like a hack.
So, when you wake up in the morning, you're like, especially at night. No, sorry.
When you wake up at night.
Sorry, especially when it's dark when you wake up and you're a bit puffy, aren't you?
Oh God, as you get older, you get more puffy.
Everything puffs up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And especially your eyes, you're like, oh. The night before, pop 2 teaspoons in the fridge, not the freezer, the fridge, okay? Yep. And all you need to do is stumble down to the fridge in the morning, get the teaspoons and just pop both of them over your eyes. Like goggles, essentially. It is delightful.
Does it wake you up as well?
Takes the puffiness away. It's very soothing. Yeah, wakes you up.
I have seen something on TikTok. There's this woman that I follow. In fact, she hasn't popped up for a while. Must see what she's up to.
Okie dokie.
You know, it goes through phases, doesn't it, in TikTok, where the same person pops up and then you don't see them for ages. So she's a news anchor in America, right? So she gets up at like 3:30 in the morning.
She popped up on mine the other day.
Oh, I love watching her. I think she's now moved channels, but she used to do this thing where every morning you'd sort of watch her getting up. So she'd be getting up in the dead of night and then she'd be doing her makeup at her desk, but she'd be like against the clock. So she was live, I think, at 5 a.m. At like 10:02, she was still sticking her false eyelashes on. And you think, she's not going to be ready on time. She's going to have to go on TV and she's not going to be ready on time. It was quite stressful to watch. She always managed to do it, just about.
For you.
Yeah. Anyway, she does this thing. I think it was it might have been in the mornings and at weekends as well, where she gets a bit of ice, a pointy bit of ice out of the freezer and she rolls that all over her face and around her eyes. And I think she does it for the same reason. And I thought, I need to try that, but I just never got around to it.
It really does help. You can get like these ice things that you just pop in the freezer. It's like, it looks like a deodorant, a roll-on deodorant, but it's just ice.
Yeah.
And you just rub it over your face in the morning. It really does wonders, guys.
Okay, there we go. There's a tip for you, everybody.
Tip of the day. Also, yesterday we've got to mention that we're into October.
I know. How has that happened, by the way?
September. I feel really sorry for September. You know, I have this thing. I just have this thing where I feel sorry for objects and things.
Baked beans.
Yeah. Oh, which has reminded me, Jules, lovely listener Jules. Hello, Jules. She was getting her nails done the other day and she was sat and obviously all the nail varnishes were behind her, in front of her, behind the person she was sat with. I don't know what. Oh, bless you, babe.
Excuse me, I can feel that coming.
And she was like, I was trying to choose a colour, but she felt sorry for all the other nail varnishes just sat there. And I was like, I know what you mean. Because they're like, pick me, please. I want to be the colour on your nails.
But they're not real.
I know.
They're not living objects. They haven't got brains. They haven't got feelings.
I feel sorry for September. Because
it went quick.
It had one chance. We're never going to have that September ever again.
No.
September 2023 has gone and I feel really sorry for it.
Well, it was a weird one, September. I was speaking to the taxi driver over to yours on Saturday night about this.
Say not going back.
Yeah, no, they didn't get a word out of me going back. Not a peep. No, actually, no, he did get a peep at me. I was going, stop taking those corners so fast.
He was probably going like 4 miles an hour. You're like,
yeah, steady on. Go slower, mate. It was one of them. But on the way, the taxi driver was talking about, he went, he goes, autumn's come quick, isn't it? Because it was basically heat wave, then into autumn. Like, boom, like that. There was no easing us in. It just went, vroomf.
Yeah. Well,
you know, and then September's gone.
I haven't lit a fire yet. I had a load of logs delivered, though.
I have had 3 fires. And I had one all day on Sunday because I was very hungover. I just wanted a fire. Right. It just looks nice. It's relaxing. Yeah. Had that on, had some candles on, watched 3 films. It was delightful.
Yeah, I haven't lit it yet. I've lit a candle, but no fire.
Nice. You really are easing your way in, aren't you?
Well, at the moment I'm sunbathing in Malta, so no need for a fire.
This is true. Yeah. Complete opposites.
Yeah, I'm nice and warm.
Oh, it's all right for you.
Right, I've not heard this.
Oh my God. Right. So what's going on? This is so good. Now, I'm pretty good with spotting a good song. I think that is one of my only talents. Okay. I know a good song when I hear one. This is a great song. So you were saying how NSYNC have got back together. Mm-hmm. I heard their song on, I can't remember what radio station the other day. And I was like, oh. And I wasn't expecting big things. I just thought, meh, let's see what it's like. As soon as it came on, I thought, this
is this going to go on our playlist? We said we'll do, we haven't done.
Oh, we haven't done it, have we? It is. NSYNC's new song. Can't remember what it's called now, but Google it or put it into Spotify. Guys, it is so good.
Does it sound like an NSYNC song?
It does.
That's hard to say.
Isn't it?
Say NSYNC song.
Yeah. NSYNC song. It does. It's really catchy. I think it's what we need right now. A good, catchy boy band song.
Right. Well, where are the boy bands?
Where are they?
You've got to take that crawling around somewhere with their old Zimmers. Trying to keep going.
Still clinging on.
God almighty. He came up on my TikTok, didn't he?
Who? Gary?
Yeah.
What's he doing these days? Just writing, is he?
God knows. That thing he did in That thing he did in lockdown where it was he sung, didn't he?
Oh, with All Saints.
What was it called? That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. That is he butchered that song. I bet they're all like, this is bad, girls. But
it wasn't the best, was it? And normally, listen, I don't hate Gary Barlow like you do, but that was bad.
No hate. But I
just not a fan.
I don't know what it is, but
not for you. And one more thing as well, just quickly on what's going on. The Beckham documentary starts on Netflix this week. In fact, hang on. What date are we on? Tomorrow. It starts tomorrow night. And it looks good. Also, they do discuss some of their marriage difficulties, which I didn't think they were going to do.
Well, it's probably she's got fishy breath. That's got to be one of their marriage
because she eats fish every day. Yes, that's going to be a good watch.
Yeah. What should I download for the plane, by the way?
I think nowhere.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's not about planes. It's about in a shipping container.
It's a bit depressing, isn't it?
It's good though, mate. It's good.
I always watch Sex and the City. Always.
You need to watch something different though, I think.
I'm watching a
this
bloody
time.
woman stuck in a shipping container.
Mate, honestly, you'll love it. It's compulsive watching.
Okay.
Watch it.
Okay. Just quickly, just before we go on to Mate, NSYNC, Justin Timberlake, he's now trending on TikTok, all his old songs.
Sorry, who? I actually blanked out then and I didn't know what you were talking about or who you were talking about. I was just looking at you and I thought, Becky, I haven't got a clue what she said.
It's just going to turn into us rambling. I'm really worried. We used to be
like
on
80-year-old women. What did we say again?
Now we're like,
I know.
We're not even listening to each other.
Who did you say? Who are we talking about?
It's really bad. Justin Timberlake. NSYNC.
Right. Yeah.
Some of his old songs are now like trending on TikTok.
Right.
And I have to say, right, Cry Me a River has got to be one of the best songs ever written.
And the video. She looks like Britney, doesn't she? The girl in it.
It's about Britney.
Yeah.
But what? In fact, that's going to go on our playlist that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get it together.
Listen to it. If you want a bit of a song start.
Oof.
Get it on.
Cry me a river.
Oh, God.
It.
I already know. I found out from him. Yeah, go.
Also, Senorita to sing along to. Is there a better one? And the ladies say, oh God, so good.
I don't know what I'm thinking about. Good news with you. Guys sing.
So good.
Great song. Who needs to play actual music on podcasts when you've got us just singing away?
I mean, yeah.
Do you know how much we'd get fined if we played that on this podcast?
How much?
A lot.
Would we?
Yeah, we would. Right. So when we had a meeting on Friday, now I fall into this trap, okay?
You are in this. Well, we've talked about this before. So Laura and I, for anyone who doesn't know, we live in a place called Chesterfield in Derbyshire, right? In the UK. That's for all of our Russian listeners. Just so you know where we are.
Don't mention that country on our pod.
Sorry, we do have some people listening there.
Oh, I know, but
it says they're in Russia.
We also have people in Australia.
Oh, and them. Yeah, anyone who's out of the UK, that's where we are, right? So, Chesterfield is very near to Sheffield, probably 15 minutes away, if that. And there's basically a dual carriageway called the A61 that connects Chesterfield with Sheffield. Okay,
it's 5 miles long.
It's called the Dronfield Bypass for the locals.
Basically, Chesterfield is one of those places you either live here or you drive through it.
Exactly. It's very near the M1, so people commute through it to get to the M1. Anyway, Laura and I live in Chesterfield. Laura does not like going to Sheffield. She gets a bit stressed. She sees it as a bit of a jaunt. If people meet us this side of Sheffield, near Chesterfield, she's okay. But she don't like going to the other side of Sheffield. She sees it as an effort, okay?
It's the traffic, it's the roads, it's always busy. It's not for me.
She likes to have meetings in Ches, so we try and orchestrate that, right? Anyway, we had a meeting in Ches on Friday with two lovely ladies, and they were talking about how people in Chesterfield, and we kind of are generalising here, but I think we're right, they do not like going to Sheffield. No. The thought of going to Sheffield is like them flying to Australia. It's like another country.
There's a boundary and you don't cross it.
Well, if they travel down the A61, they get to the Toby Carvery, which is at the bottom of the A61. They turn around. They do not go past the Toby Carvery. It's a little bit like people in London in the M25. They don't go past the M25. They see anything above the M25 as up north.
Yeah.
They see Hemel Hempstead as up north.
Well, Chesterfield people, they like to be able to see the crooked spire. And if that goes out of sight, they panic. It's sheer panic. I mean, in Chesterfield, most companies are Spire something.
They are.
Spire hire. Spire fire.
Fire. Spire Maya.
Spire tire. If you've got a tyre company. Yeah, it's all very... And God forbid you get on a train and go to London.
Well, they don't do it.
You won't make it.
No. They don't do it. They'd feel vulnerable. We had some cleaners at our old radio station, Peak FM, which was in Chesterfield. And the cleaners used to come in the morning and they would only really clean in Chesterfield. You don't go and clean out of Chesterfield, okay?
Oh, no.
But this one morning, they came in and they went, we've got a job in... They couldn't even say the word. Sheffield. We've got a job in Sheffield today. And the fear on these women's faces, I've never seen anything like it.
I mean, listen, I'm travelled. Yeah, I go places. I don't mind going places.
Just not to Sheffield.
There's something about going to Sheffield. I just... Nah. Also, as well, I'm sorry if anyone lives in Sheffield, right? But as a city centre, not great for shopping.
No.
Go to Leeds, go to Manchester, you go to Meadowhall.
Or Meadowhall. Yeah,
but
I
that's
agree.
fine. Mate, I'm up and down to Meadowhall. At the moment, I'm back and forth. I think they're going to ban me from going in there.
There's going to be an alarm going off when you go in.
Oh, my God. Really quickly, it's just come to me. So, at the moment when you go and buy...
Oh, God, what's happened to us?
When you go and buy something, they now go, have you got your email for a receipt?
Yeah.
I'm fine for that because that helps me out because I like it. I don't lose it. I've bought some stuff from New Look.
Right.
No email. What do I do here?
Oh, have you got a paper receipt?
No. What do I do?
Check your junk. You've checked all that. Your junk, your spam.
Yep.
No email.
No email.
Well, you go in and you say, you've not sent me an email.
I know. But isn't that bad?
Yeah. Do you need to take stuff back?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mate, I've got nothing. I've got what I've got.
Oh, you can exchange, I think, if you've got nothing.
Exchange in New Look.
I think go in and speak to them.
If I've got it on my statement, well, I'm going to kick off, mate.
Go in, speak to them.
New Look, beware. What made me think of that? Oh, Meadowhall. Yeah, so basically, people in Chesterfield don't leave Chesterfield. We need to get out while we're young.
Yeah, and I feel like people are probably going to kick off about this. We'll get messages going, hey, I'm from Ches and I go to Sheffield.
Good
but
for you if you
generally
do.
speaking, that is how people are in Ches. They do not like to leave Ches. Guys, if you are listening, you are from Ches, get yourself up the A61 today.
Nothing's going to happen.
Drive past the Toby Carvery.
Yeah.
You're not going to turn into an alien.
You won't grow horns.
Yeah, you'll be absolutely fine. There's a whole world out there, guys.
With really bad traffic and terrible potholes.
But give it a go. It'll be good for you. Get out your comfort zone, okay?
Right, we're back tomorrow.